Right now, sitting on your nightstand is a highly sophisticated piece of evolutionary deception, a sleek glass monolith emitting a precise wavelength of blue light that silently convinces your primitive mammalian brain that the sun has just risen in the middle of the night. It is a biological hijack hiding in plain sight. By simply glancing at your screen to check a late notification, you are triggering a profound neurochemical cascade that completely resets your internal master clock. We have unknowingly turned our bedrooms into digital laboratories, and our brains are the subjects. What you are about to understand is not just a story about feeling slightly tired the next day, but the precise, microscopic neural pathway through which artificial illumination actively remodels your sleep architecture. We are going to decode the exact mechanism by which a handful of photons can instantly freeze your brain's production of melatonin, disrupt your deep, rapid eye movement cycles, and alter your cognitive performance for days to come. Once you see the hidden highway connecting your retina to your deepest biological rhythms, you will never look at that glowing rectangle the same way again. Let us start with the lived reality we all share. You crawl into bed, the world is quiet, and you decide to reward yourself with just 5 quick minutes of mindless scrolling. The room is perfectly dark, except for that brilliant palm-sized window. But as your eyes track the shifting pixels, something invisible is happening. Your screen is not just displaying emails or social feeds, it is blasting your eyes with high-energy visible light. Your retina interprets this intense concentration of blue light waves not as an artificial device, but as the high noon sky. The sun is inside. Have you ever unlocked your screen just to check the time, only to find yourself staring at a social media feed 20 minutes later with absolutely no memory of how you got there? It happens to all of us because these devices are engineered as behavioral modification engines. But the biological cost is what we are only now beginning to fully measure. In 2015, Dr. Anne-Marie Chang and her colleagues at Harvard Medical School published a landmark study that changed everything we know about nighttime reading. They compared individuals who read traditional paper books before bed with those who read on light-emitting e-readers. The results were staggering. The participants using the glowing screens experienced a profound delay in their natural melatonin release. Their bodies simply did not receive the chemical signal that it was time to wind down. They took significantly longer to fall asleep, spent far less time in crucial rapid eye movement sleep, and reported feeling noticeably more exhausted the following morning, even when they got a full 8 hours of sleep. Think about that. The physical structure of their sleep had been fundamentally compromised by a simple change in the medium of their reading. It was not the content of the books that kept them awake, it was the light itself acting as a direct pharmacological intervention on their endocrine system. To understand why this happens, we must look at how we evolved. For hundreds of thousands of years, our ancestors had only 2 primary sources of light: the massive blue dome of the daytime sky and the warm orange flicker of campfires at night. Our biology adapted beautifully to this rhythm. The cool blue light of dawn signaled it was time to wake up, hunt, gather, and focus. The warm, low-intensity red tones of sunset signaled safety, rest, and recovery. But in a historical blink of an eye, we have replaced this natural progression with constant, high-intensity daytime light, available at the touch of a button, 24 hours a day. This brings us to the core of the scientific revelation. In the early 2000s, neuroscientists discovered a completely new type of cell in the human eye that has absolutely nothing to do with conscious vision. These are called intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells. They do not help you see the shape of your phone or the letters on the screen. Instead, they act as pure brightness detectors, specifically tuned to detect blue light wavelengths around 480 nanometers. This is exactly the wavelength that dominates our modern digital displays. By simply glancing at this, it is exactly the wavelength that dominates our modern digital displays. By simply glancing at this, it is exactly the wavelength that dominates our modern digital displays. This is the master pacemaker of your entire body, a tiny cluster of 20,000 neurons sitting in your hypothalamus. The moment this master clock receives the signal, it acts like a fire warden sounding an alarm. It instantly halts the pineal gland's production of melatonin. Melatonin is not just a sleep hormone, it is a powerful antioxidant and the master chemical key that unlocks your body's nocturnal repair systems. By suppressing it, you are essentially keeping your brain in a state of high alert, daytime survival mode. Your phone isn't just a communication tool, it is a physiological remote control that instantly pauses your brain's natural self-cleaning cycle. During deep sleep, your brain activates the glymphatic system, a metaphorical waste clearance system that literally washes away metabolic debris, including proteins associated with neurodegenerative diseases. When you disrupt your sleep architecture with nighttime light exposure, you are turning off the biological janitors. This is why a night of poor sleep doesn't just make you groggy, it leaves your brain literally cluttered with yesterday's cognitive waste. Let us look at another groundbreaking study that reveals the sheer sensitivity of this system. In 2012, Dr. Mariana Figueiro and her research team at the Lighting Research Center demonstrated that exposing individuals to just 2 hours of self-luminous tablets suppressed their melatonin levels by a remarkable 22%. And here is the twist. Even when the screens were dimmed, the suppression still occurred. Many of us think we are safe because we turn on night mode or lower our brightness settings to the minimum. But our evolutionary light detectors are incredibly sensitive. Even at its dimmest setting, that tiny display is brighter than a full moon on a clear night. Let that sink in for a moment. For millions of years of human history, the brightest thing in the night sky was the moon, which emits less than 1 lux of light. Your dimmed smartphone screen can easily emit tens or even hundreds of times that amount directly into your dilated night pupils. You are holding a miniature supernova inches from your face and wondering why your mind is racing at midnight. The consequences of this constant circadian disruption go far beyond feeling a bit tired during your morning meetings. Chronically suppressing melatonin and shifting your circadian rhythm has been linked in numerous clinical studies to metabolic dysfunction, increased systemic inflammation, and a weakened immune response. Your body expects a period of absolute biological darkness to repair cellular damage, balance hormones, and consolidate memories. When we deny our bodies this darkness, we are forcing our biology to run a continuous marathon without ever crossing the finish line. But this is not a story of despair, and it is certainly not an invitation to throw your beloved devices into the nearest river. The beauty of understanding this biological machinery is that we can use this exact same science to our advantage. Technology is not our enemy, it is simply a tool that we must learn to align with our ancient physiology. When we understand the rules of the neural game, we can play it to win, optimizing both our digital lives and our biological health. So, how do we practically apply this knowledge without retreating to a pre-industrial lifestyle? The first and most powerful behavioral shift you can make is what I like to call the physical perimeter rule. Instead of charging your phone directly next to your pillow, move the charger to the opposite side of the room, or better yet, outside the bedroom entirely. This simple environmental modification removes the temptation of the late-night scroll and prevents the accidental visual exposure that happens when you reach out to silence an alarm or check a midnight notification. You are creating a physical boundary that protects your biological transition into rest. The second strategy relies on a fascinating law of physics known as the inverse square law. This law states that the intensity of light drops off dramatically the further you are from the source. If you absolutely must use a digital screen in the evening hours, increase your physical distance from the device, holding your tablet or phone a few inches further away, or shifting your evening viewing to a television screen across the room rather than a handheld screen right in front of your face, significantly reduces the density of photons striking your retinas. Furthermore, you can utilize built-in accessibility settings to apply a true physical red color tint over your entire display, rather than the standard yellow night shift, which still allows significant amounts of melatonin-suppressing green and blue light to pass through. The third and perhaps most counterintuitive strategy is to actually use technology to anchor your morning. Remember how we talked about blue light being a powerful wakefulness signal? We can use this to our benefit. Instead of avoiding light, you should seek out high-intensity light immediately upon waking, getting bright light exposure, ideally from the natural sun, but supplemented by bright, high-quality indoor lighting if necessary, within the first hour of waking up, acts as a powerful anchor for your circadian master clock. This strong morning signal actually makes your circadian system more resilient to small amounts of evening light disruption, while making it much easier to naturally fall asleep when night arrives. When you begin to implement these shifts, you will experience a profound transformation in how you perceive your relationship with the digital world. You will realize that your smartphone is not an organic extension of your hand, nor is it a benign companion. It is a highly engineered portal into a world designed to capture your attention at the expense of your biology. But you are no longer a passive passenger in this digital experiment. You are the sovereign guardian of your own neurochemistry, and your sleep is a sacred biological sanctuary that deserves to be fiercely protected. You will look at your screen in the evening and see it for what it truly is, a powerful pharmacological agent. You will feel a sense of profound liberation as you consciously choose to put it down, stepping away from the endless stream of digital noise and back into the natural, healing rhythm of the dark. This is not about restricting your lifestyle. It is about reclaiming your biological birthright of deep, restorative, life-giving sleep. Take control of your night, protect your master circadian clock, and let your brain do what it was designed to do. Turn off the artificial sun, embrace the restorative power of the dark, and reclaim your biological vitality. Thank you for decoding your digital world with me. Stay curious, protect your rest, and get ready, because next time we are going to dive into a silent, invisible digital signal that is altering how your brain processes human empathy. See you then.